dough. I'm going to show you how to make this kind of dough, and we're going to make sourdough bread together. If you remember, 2 days ago I showed you how to make the dough, and I put it in my refrigerator. I had no time to make my bread. Today is the day, so we are going to make the sourdough bread together. Look at my dough. It's overflowing, and we are going to make a bread together. Follow me. Let's see how we make the sourdough bread. Add hot boiling water into a mixing bowl. Wait a few minutes and then dump it. Add 1 cup of room temperature water into the mixing bowl. Add 1 tablespoon of sugar. This is the homemade yeast that I made a few years ago, and I keep on growing it. I'm adding 3 tablespoons of yeast. The reason I added hot boiling water into the mixing bowl because I wanted it to change the temperature and to make it warmer. Now I'm adding 3 tablespoons of yeast. Try to dissolve it a little bit. If you don't have homemade yeast, you can also use dry yeast. Now I'm adding some flour. I don't really measure it. I always add maybe 2 scoops. I would say about 8 to 10 tablespoons. And this will be our starter dough. I'm going to let this rest for about 10 to 15 minutes until it forms some bubbles. Then we'll make the dough. It's been more than 15 minutes. I see some bubbles. Even if you see 1, 2, or 3 some bubbles, then it means it's live and it's active. Then you add 1 cup of room temperature water. Before I add the water, I'm adding 1.5 tablespoons of salt and dissolving the salt with the water. Salt and sugar, you can add it to your taste. If 1.5 is too much, then add 1 tablespoon. And I'm adding this on top of the starter dough. Now I'm adding enough flour to make a sticky dough. I never measure my flour. I just add as much as it's needed as I make the dough. I started on a low speed, then I increased the speed. My dough is still runny, and I'm going to add more flour to this and continue mixing it. I think my dough is ready. It's not sticking to the sides. I'm going to increase the speed to give it more texture to the dough. Now it's ready. It's going to be a sticky dough. It's not sticking to my finger, but it's still wet and sticky dough. So this is ready. This is the texture we are trying to achieve. If you get this kind of dough, then it's ready. My hands are wet and I'm handling the dough with wet hands. My dough is very sticky. I'm applying a little bit of flour on my counter and I'm going to stretch my dough. I'm not adding too much flour, just enough so it won't stick to my fingers. And I'm stretching the dough. The more you stretch, the more elasticity it will gain. And then forming a ball, tucking everything underneath. See, it bounces back. It's a very, very good dough. I'm adding a little bit of olive oil to my mixing bowl and then transferring my dough into the bowl. I have applied a little more olive oil on top of the dough, covering it with the plate. And after half an hour, I'm going to stretch it again and then continue stretching it as many times as you want. Repeat it a few more times. It depends how many more times you can do it. Then you can put it to proof. If you're not going to cook it the same day, you can put it in the refrigerator and wait until you're ready to bake it. When you're stretching it, you can use wet hands. Don't use any more flour. I stretched my dough a few times and then I put it in the refrigerator, and this is what it's looked like the next morning. I was rushing to go to an event, but I took a quick video so I can show it to you. And as you all know, I'm an interior designer and I do a lot of kitchens and bathroom designs. Most of you asked me to show my kitchen, and today I took some detailed pictures and I'm going to show it with you. So stay, if you're watching this video, watch it all the way to the end because I'm going to post some of the kitchen photos that I took today. So I took a lot of pictures of my kitchen and I'm going to show you what my kitchen is look like. So if you stay with me until the end of this video, you'll see my kitchen. I remodeled my kitchen in 2018. My cabinets are from Home Depot. It's diamond cabinets. The company is called Diamond. My sink and faucet is from Kohler. All my fixtures are from Kohler, and I love my sink. It has different levels, so you can put everything inside. It's so easy to clean everything, keep everything inside the sink. So it's so easy and functional. I love, love, love it. And my faucet is from Kohler too, and I love my faucet because you can just clean your sink with this and makes it so easy too. So everything is so functional. I was looking more for a function and also for the looks as well. And my appliances and my refrigerator and range and hood, all of those are from KitchenAid. And I love my appliances too, so everything works for me. This is a medium range appliances, and I had certain budget and it fit my budget. So I was trying to stay within my budget, and I think I achieved the look and the functionality that I was looking for. My kitchen is very narrow and I had no place for island. Therefore I got a table which is movable. I can move it any way I want, and that really helps me, and I love it because I need something to work on. So I do most of my work on my table. This is a stainless steel table, easy to clean and easy to work with. Like I said in the beginning, if you watch the video all the way to the end, I'm going to post the pictures and the videos of my kitchen so you can see what it's look like. So let's get started with the bread. So this is pretty proofed. It has been proofing last 2 days, and now let's get started. I'm going to put this somewhere, maybe here for now. And we will transfer this onto the counter. I'm going to divide this into two, and we are going to make 2 loaves of breads. By the way, I forgot to tell you, when I put it to proof, I had to stretch it a few times. So I had stretched it a few times, and then I let it proof, and it had proofed for 2 days because I was busy with my design events. There were a lot going on. There was an event at Pacific Design Center. I was there for the spring market, and there was another designer event in Pasadena, cozy, stylish, chic showroom. Mixing some semolina, about 2 tablespoons, and the same amount of 2 tablespoons of flour. Actually, yeah, that's 2 tablespoons. I'm going to mix the two. Then I'm going to sprinkle it on the parchment paper. I have sprinkled the semolina and the flour mixture on the parchment paper. Now I'm going to put my dough there, and I'm going to let it will proof for another half an hour to 45 minutes. Maybe half an hour. It has been proofing last 2 days, so it's enough proofing already. Let's do this one too. I'm covering it, and we are going to let this rest for another half an hour, then we will cook. An hour, and my range will be warming up. I put it on high 500 degree, and we are going to bake this on a high heat. Now it's time for us to put some designs on our bread and put it in the oven and bake it. My oven was at 500 degrees, and it's reached 500 degrees already. It has been ready for some time. I lost time, how many minutes this was proofing again. Now let's put some designs. I'm going to show you how I do that, and then we'll put it in the oven and bake it. I'm applying the flour and semolina mixture on top of this. I'm using an X-Acto knife. And now I'm trying to design it with the leaf motif. Trying to make a leaf. I'm using X-Acto knife, but you can also use a razor. You can use your imagination and you can design it any way you wish. This is just an idea to show you how I do it, and I find this easy to do. Just use your imagination and send me some pictures. I would love to see what you come up with. I have added a tray of water under the range, on the bottom of the range for the steam, and I will keep on adding to it during the baking. If you have a steam oven, you don't need to do that, but my oven doesn't have a steam function, so it's not built in. Therefore, I'm adding a tray of water, and I'm also spraying some water. Once the bread formed the crust, I have removed the parchment paper. It was starting to burn. And I bake it until I get this desired beautiful color. And now is the fun part. We have to taste these delicious sourdough breads. It's nice and crispy. Which one should I cut? Isn't this beautiful? I love it. And this is the other one. Okay, let's cut this one. Since it's hot, I should have waited a little longer to cut it. Let me take a bite. Such a nice bread. Look at that. Delicious. So good. A little bit of butter or cheese. Perfect. So delicious. It is such a delicious bread. I'm sure you're going to love it. Let me know how you like it. Well, thanks for joining me here at Margaret LALIK'S kitchen. Have a wonderful day, wonderful week, and wonderful life. Bye-bye. And this is the second part of my video. Welcome to Margaret LALIK'S kitchen. This is my kitchen, and this is where I do my cooking. I just wanted to show you what it's look like, since most of you asked me to put some pictures, and here it is. I remodeled my kitchen in 2018. My house is traditional, so I had to stay true to the traditional elements of my house. I had a certain budget and I had to meet the budget. This is a medium range kitchen. It's not too high and it's not too low. And it's where my budget was at that time. And I'm very happy with it. It's very functional. I love my kitchen. As you can see, my kitchen is very small. In order to make it look bigger and spacious, I had to stay with monotone colors and neutral colors, and I used this light gray, and it's the closest to white, and it reflects a lot of light, even though it looks dark in the pictures, but it's a lot lighter and airy, and I love that aspect of it. And it's a very calming color. If your kitchen has a lot of things in it, it's not going to look too crowded because the colors are monotone and it's neutral colors, and it achieves a bigger look. So it makes the space look bigger. My mosaic tile was a little bit pricey, but I got a good discount on it because I was working with color then. And it's N6 and I'm loving it. I don't regret it. I love my tile. And this is all about my kitchen. I hope you liked the tour of my kitchen. If you did, please don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Thank you. Bye-bye.